There we go. I'd like to call this meeting back into order. If we could please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would like to have a motion to approve our agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Norm, if you could call the roll.
Mr. Davidson? Dr. Kopus?
Yes.
Mrs. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
Motion to approve our minutes.
So moved.
A second.
Second.
Norm, if you could call the roll for me, please.
Dr. Kopus?
Yes.
Mrs. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
Mr. Davidson?
Yes.
Thank you. I don't see anyone here from City Council. So we'll go into, and also I don't see anything for public participation. So we will hand it over to Mr. Holbrook for our superintendent's comments.
Thank you, Vice President Matthews. I got two different items tonight. The first, in front of you, you have a copy of the 2024-25 District Quality Profile that will be going out to all parents. We also give that out to the city, and we give it out to local realtors to have in their offices. And what it does is it highlights the various things that are going on in our buildings in Hamilton. And we've been doing this since I was superintendent in 2019. I think we had a year off during COVID. But this is something that we work on throughout the year, where we get snapshots of various different activities and try to capture what the true educational experience is in Hamilton, because it's much larger than what's just going on in the classroom. And, you know, we've gotten some really good feedback from not only our parents, but actually from realtors and other groups as far as a promotional piece with the district on this. This is something we also place out on our website, and we have them in our offices and in our lobbies and that throughout our buildings. And so this will be sent through School Messenger to all of our parents as well, so it's easily distributed to a vast number of folks. And we usually distribute that at the end of August or beginning of September. So it has not yet been distributed, but I want you to be the first to see that.
Will this be on the school? Will this be on the school website too?
Oh,
Is
yes,
that what you
it
said? So if
is.
somebody wanted to see this thing.
It's all, our last year version was on the website all year, and we have a place where it says quality profile, and this one will be on there for this year as well. And I'm going to give a shout out. Tricia Smith does a lot of the photography, and Tricia and I work pretty closely together on the layout and the different content that's in this, but she's done a terrific job doing that. I think she likes doing some of this too, but I mean, you know, both of us sit down. It's just a really cool thing. And once we've put it together and you see all the various things that our district does for kids, it's just real gratifying and exciting. I mean, everything from preschool to career tech education to our arts to our athletic programs to our technology, and all of that is captured at some point in here. So I wanted you guys to be the first to have it, and we're excited to get that out in the community here in the next several weeks. Second thing is that several years ago we had the Hamilton Community Foundation here, and we recognized them for their mini grants. Well, they received 151 mini grant applications this year, and those applications totaled over $37,000. We were initially going to only award 99 grants this year for about $23,000. However, we got an anonymous donor that gave some additional funds, along with the Lexi Campbell Education Fund. And so we are able to add 41 additional teachers to that, at $10,000 more dollars. So what that means basically is that we have over $34,000 that have been gifted back to our teachers and back to our buildings. And Staff's working with our clerical in the buildings to make sure that those orders are coming in and that, but those are monies well spent, and we're just very fortunate to have the support of the Community Foundation on those many grants. And so I want to publicly recognize their work in assisting our district. Once again, another way that we partner in this city. And I'm going to tell you, that's pretty unique. That is not something that is common. And so, a shout out to all those at the Community Foundation that make this happen. The last thing that I would like to mention is the fact that, we're into our 9th day of school now. The school year has opened exceedingly well. We've had some small bumps with a few things, but transportation has gone better than what I personally expected with some of the road closures and things like that. We've been able to maneuver around those, and I want to compliment just everybody from our teaching staff to our administrators to food service, bus drivers, our maintenance, our custodial. It takes an entire effort when you consider an organization that has almost 12 to 1,300 employees. We have close to 8,200 students coming to us every day, and it's a monumental effort that without the support of everybody, that doesn't get done. And so that's just a reflection of everybody in Hamilton City Schools on working together to make sure that our kids get a quality education from day one. And so I'm excited about that. Those are my comments for this evening, Vice President Matthews.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, thank you to the Hamilton Community Foundation for their continual partnership on that. And because I know that's always a neat time with receiving those funds to do things for their classroom and things of that nature. So that's definitely always well deserved time and for them teachers. We'll have a motion to approve our human resources agenda is recommended for approval. We'll have a motion.
So moved.
Jeremy, if you could call the roll, please.
Mrs. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
Mr. Davidson? Dr. Kopus?
Yes.
Thank you. Also, a motion to approve our consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Jeremy, if you could call the roll for us, please.
Mr. Sprague?
Yes.
Mr. Davidson?
Yes.
Dr. Kopus?
Yes.
Mrs. Matthews?
Yes. And we have our finance agenda. Mr. Frazier.
Thank you, Vice President Matthews. We have several items up for your approval this evening. We have the normal treasurer's reports. We have a cash position report and cash reconciliation report through the month of July. We have a large transfer on tonight, $627,115.94 to be transferred into the Permanent Improvement Fund. And this comes from your approval a meeting or two ago to close out the OFCC project. So thank you all for that. We have a couple confirming POs tonight. We have a whole slew of donations highlighted by Ron and Christy Neely, who donated a trump and saxophone to the Fine Arts Department. Those things are quite expensive. The value is estimated to be about $2,500 in their donation. So we obviously thank them for that. We have the commercial paper reporting requirement approval. So this was new as of last year. Ohio Revised Code requires the treasurer to submit an annual report to the board for approval of investment purchases, sales, and income from the previous year from commercial paper. And that's what we have on for this evening. We also have two SWOCA contracts. We have two service contracts. We've got one for software and one for technology. Software includes the new accounting software that we've just implemented, Progress Book, EMIS, those types of things. And then the technology piece of the contract includes internet and phone access. I also would like to do a shout out tonight. The treasurer's staff has really done a fantastic job this past year. As you know, we've implemented a new finance software, and And they have just, they've worked long and hard. Especially want to thank Rich Nattiello, Sam Petter, and Jody Wright for their work. Without them, this whole project would not have gotten off the ground. So we just want to give them a special shout out and special thanks tonight. With that, those are my items this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Frazier. Appreciate that. If I could have a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Mr. Frazier, if you could call the roll, please.
Mr. Davidson?
Yes.
Dr. Kopus?
Yes, but I do have one comment. I want to publicly thank Mr. Wright, and I know this is not, he's not involved with the finance report, but I always have questions for him, and he always answers them and helps me, so I appreciate that, Mr. Wright. And I always have finance questions for Mr. Frazier, and I don't know if he's getting to the point where he hates to get my calls, but trying to get educated on all this. So thank you, Mr. Frazier, for the explanation. So my vote is yes.
Mrs. Matthews?
Yes.
Mr. Sprague?
If I can dovetail on that, because didn't the treasurer's office go through a software update,
yeah.
3 years ago? And
That would have been 2020.
Oh, yeah.
has it been that, well, it's been a while, but still, I'm trying to shift gears like that and to all these different systems. I agree, you've got a great staff up there and
This was
I'm,
pretty smooth.
huh?
This was pretty smooth.
Yeah, compared to what,
Compared to the past.
yeah.
Everybody seems to like it. We've started to go around to the buildings and just answer anybody's questions. We've had trainings, but we're giving some individualized attention, going around meeting with the principals, secretaries, just making sure that, you know, they have their questions answered. They know what they're looking for. They know how to find those things. Everybody seems to really like the new software. We're using now what 95% of the state is using. So there's a comfort level there. And like you said, everything's been moving pretty smoothly, but like I said, I've got a great staff and they've just done a fantastic
Well, kudos
job.
to you too, Jeremy. I know, we appreciate your hard work up there too, so I got to give you some, but my answer is yes. I mean,
Thank you.
I'd move that we adjourn.
All right, our next meeting will be on Thursday, September 12th, here at the main office at 4 p.m.
I second.
Got a call roll? Nope, we're out of here.
We're good.
Was there a second?
Ladies and gentlemen.